So it all started 2 years ago with a trip to South Africa, when this was just a sketch and a dream. We decided to collaborate with a local glassblower by the name of David Reed. The way David was able to work with glass really caught our attention. Before we met with David, we were finalizing the construction phase of our project. We had the opportunity to completely remodel this foyer, all to center around the commissions we were designing. When we first met with David, we developed our sketches, sent them to him, and decided what was the next phase of the project. About a month later, we got our first sample delivered, where we could see and feel everything in person. After we developed this sample piece, we made our way out to his studio. His studio was located around an hour away from the winelands of Cape Town. We got to meet some of his team, who took us through the ins and outs of how they created their blown glass art. David would then show us how he formed each and every petal creation. The way that David was going to create each and every one of our petals was actually through this glass vase that would then be chopped up into several pieces and polished down into individual petals. So David had actually created a large number of our sample pieces already. This was the first time we could see everything on a large scale and really get to understand how each piece would work with each other. In the back of his studio was the polishing room. This was the space that we could refine the last stages of each individual piece of glass. His team was currently working on a machine called a lap wheel, where they were polishing down the final rough edges of each piece of glass. They were also able to do this by hand using a hose with water and a polishing tool. The final part of discussion on this visit was how we were going to actually hang the piece of work. So David actually came up with the idea to custom make individual plastic molds. These molds would actually house the wire which would run through the glass up into the ceiling above. This was probably the most important part of the entire project, because it was essential for me that we created a system that would allow each glass to feel like it was floating mid-air. And this is where we left the final phase of this project.